but the online versions of them do not live up to it, and you realize how much people that play video games on the internet are just the worst scum of the earth.
Like, they should be there and not harming animals.
Some of the worst fucking things I've ever heard since working in construction, I've heard on the like headphone mic on fucking Red Dead Redemption.
Of course.
Like, I mean, yeah, all over the world too, because
hell yeah.
Yeah, you know,
it's because they can't punch you.
They can't punch you. They don't know who it is.
You don't know who it is, yeah.
Yeah. I did get in trouble. We talked about that. I got in trouble one time because some guy sent me a message, and I sent a message back and called him a bitch-ass pussy or something like that. And fucking PlayStation.
He reported you?
Yeah. And I was like, what? I was like,
He started it.
Yeah, he did start it.
You were like, he started it.
He started it, and then, yeah. Anyway. So, I'm very disappointed in that shit.
So that was Outer Worlds?
That was Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah. And I had one more.
Me too.
Okay,
I have one more.
Go ahead.
Let's pull up that trailer, and I would say
which one?
My favorite game of 2019, other than Street Fighter V and Pokemon Go, is Untitled Goose Game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, type Untitled Goose Game into your phone and enjoy the gloriousness.
Start it right now.
Yeah. The music is so great. It's like you're just a goose walking through a town, and it's a puzzle game. And the only thing you can do is honk, pick things up, and flap your wings. Those are the only things you can do in the game. And the music is always when you're near something that you're supposed to do, the piano player kind of gets going, and it gives you a little bit of a clue of where that you're going the right way or not. Because sometimes it's just silence and just like the goose's feet hitting the ground, and it's really hilarious.
And I just found out today that this is on PlayStation now.
Yeah, when I was playing it on Switch, shout out to Josh. We were playing, and it wasn't on PlayStation yet, but it came out December 19th on PlayStation, which I guess was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Beautiful music. So you're just so like you'll have a to-do list as your goose. You hit your button, and it's like a little notebook comes up, and you have a to-do list, and it's like make a picnic, get the farmer wet, throw the rake into the lake, trap the boy in the phone booth. Stuff like this.
Yeah.
And then you walk onto the little farm. This is the first level, and you see the farmer, and you can go over and like turn the sprinkler on in the garden. And the farmer will see you. He'll come over and like, what the fuck's going on? And he'll come over and he'll turn the water off. You know what I mean? And then you go like, okay, where did the water get turned on? It turns on over there in the garden. So I'm gonna go over to the garden part and throw his radio over there and make it make noise.
And
so the
farmer distracts him.
He goes like, oh, what the fuck? What's my radio doing over here? And you try to run back over to the sprinkler and turn the water on to get your objective. So like get the farmer wet.
The animation in this is really cool. This is like how those This Is the Police games looked. The ones I was playing that were like turn-based games.
It totally does, but the animation is really cool, and your honk confuses people. They go like, it can distract them, they'll look at you or not, or they'll maybe shoo you away. And there's all kinds of really cool puzzles. It's really funny. It's a really fun game to play with other people. You know, if you have two controllers, you can kind of control the goose at the same time, which is really funny. Like I can move his head up and down to pick up stuff, and someone else can walk. That's really like driving a little goose mech together.
Yeah,
it's like super duper fun, man. And there's like one level in which you trap the little boy in the phone booth, and you like kick his soccer ball away, and you try to like you're just like crashing shit. You're getting people are bumping their heads because you honked at him, and now he's bumped his head, and it's so much fun. He's trying to steal the farmer's stuff, and he's chasing you down the street, and you give him you steal his keys, and then like go and lock him in the house, and it's like you're just a goose terrorizing this town.
Yeah,
it's really really fun, and there's all these puzzles, but it's really cutesy. Like you can play with kids or. In a group, it's really funny. It's like, do that, go do this. Try to take your sandwich, knock your sandwich on the floor, or like go knock the trash over, and then take the things from the trash and put them in the store, and then steal something from the store.
Yeah,
and like make a kid put the wrong glasses on, and it's so much fun. And I really recommend it.
I'm gonna get that.
Untitled Goose Game. It's not expensive. I think it's like $20 or something like that. Very cool. I recommend it. So much fun.
Yeah, man. My probably favorite game of the year, Sekiro.
All right. Oh, Sekiro is so dope.
Sekiro is not only my favorite game of the year, it's also the hardest game I have ever played in my life.
It's for the grinder. It's for people that want to sit and grind. Seriously.
Grind and people that just want to immerse themselves in playing a video game, like practicing an instrument. It was not just grinding. So I'm going to start just the trailer while it's going.
It's in like feudal Japan,
feudal
like
Japan.
Ninja times.
Yeah, this is made by the same people that did Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all of my favorite games from Software. You are a ninja, samurai type dude.
Your hunger may beget a fine shinobi.
It looks so good.
It looks
this
very
game
good.
is like a masterpiece. It looks like amazing paintings when you zoom out to see the backgrounds and stuff.
Listen,
masterpiece.
You must never forget the Iron Code.
I see
Another game that has
fire.
different endings.
Master,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
If he is taken, bring him back at any cost.
Awesome voice acting.
Another thing about the voice acting is it's recommended you play it in Japanese.
Okay.
Because the inflections, because it's spoken in Japan. The other games they did were supposed to be kind of medieval Europe, England, but and everyone spoke accordingly. It's a Japanese developer, but yeah. The voice acting is great.
Your character looks really cool too.
I would recommend playing it in Japanese with the subtitles. So
this is what I think sets this game apart from games that like set this apart. It makes it cooler than Dark Souls. Even though Dark Souls is really cool, the combat side of this game is deep. And and like cool.
Yes. So this is an RPG technically. You upgrade your sword skills, your sword, and you have a prosthetic arm, a prosthetic piece. So there's different functions that it will do, and by advancing those skills, you can have more. You can carry more of things, or get different perks or whatnot. So the game's main mechanism that makes it's called Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And so that is different from the typical Souls game formula, like I said before, where you carry something, you are killed, you lose your currency, someone kills you on the way back to retrieve it, you lose it forever. This has a different weird thing about it. You can die one time and then come back to life with full health and continue.
But only once, right? Yes.
But only once.
Yes, I know.
So what it does is it becomes part of your strategy in boss fights. It'll allow you to do something where you can cause enough damage and then be killed and then come back and finish them off. Or
very cool.
It's
like a puzzle.
You can wear them down, and then if you die, you wait long enough for them to turn their back, walk away, and then you rebirth or whatever, reform, and then come back, backstab them. Stealth is a big part of this game, but what makes it so intense is each boss is different, and each style of enemy is different. They have a move set, and everything is anticipation and rhythm based. It's like once you learn a move set and you get into the rhythm of it, it's like playing drums. It's like playing
it's a combo system.
Playing a ride cymbal and finally learning to swing.
Yeah, it's got Street Fighter fighting games are just like that. It's a rhythm.
Yeah, and there's nuance to it, and
Mm-hmm.
just the right time and delaying just a little bit, and it is an unforgiving game.
It really is.
You can go so far and fight in a boss fight. Like, you're in a boss fight for 10 minutes and then die like right before you finish the person. It's so. I actually have not beat the game. I got to the last boss, and there's 2 phases. Like you beat one boss, and then there's a second boss after that.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't
You have
and
to
you
beat 'em
don't
in
take a
successive.
break.
Yeah.
You don't take a break. You've got the same,
Yeah.
So you have to get through the first one without dying at all and
Right.
not using up all of your health or regeneration stuff. So I got through the first guy, and then I even got to where I could get through him without dying.
Wow.
But the last guy I could not beat.
Okay.
And another thing and this was what was so great about Dark Souls and Bloodborne is you could summon somebody if you're playing online to come help you. Either like if you're playing and we're within 10 skill points of each other, you or myself could be summoned into the other one's game, and we could help each other. You could help me beat a boss.
Okay.
All these From Software games have that.
Wow.
That's
cool.
This one does not.
Oh, sure.
There were parts
Get fucked.
in like Bloodborne where by myself I tried so long to get stuff, and then I would get one person to come in and they would be really good and do most of the work for me. Which is like after that long you're like whatever it takes to get through.
Yeah.
And it costs stuff to get it,
Yeah,
to get the help.
trade.
Yeah, it's stuff like this.
That's cool.
The piece of equipment you need is rare, and if you buy it, it's very expensive.
Right.
But you win more of it back by beating more upper
bosses.
level bosses.
Yeah, getting help. Yeah.
But there was none of that in Sekiro, and a lot of people and a lot of game reviewers gave it bad reviews because they weren't good enough
It was too
or
hard.
focused enough on a game and couldn't just appreciate the skill, because there's no skill. It's one level of skill. That's it. There's no, a lot of people hated on it, and they said it was a shitty version of Neo, which is another feudal Japan game. Actually, I'm playing now. Neo 2 is coming out, and that one is a Dark Souls style game. Only instead of it being medieval times, it's ninjas, samurais, shinobis. It's cool, but the second one's about to come out. And with the new one coming out, they released the first one on the PlayStation Plus free game thing. Oh, okay. So I got it for free. Playing it again. Holy shit, new one's coming out real soon.
I might have to get that.
Yeah, it's great. It's cool. The fighting is nice. It gives you 3 different stances, like a high, medium, and low. There's a weapon selection. I wish there were more variants of weapons, but it's a great game.
Cool.
Not easy, but this one you can summon people.
All right.
Yeah.
But not Sekiro.
No, not Sekiro. I've never played another game as hard as that.
Yeah. If that's the one thing about this game is that it is a game you can totally watch if you aren't playing, because it just, the backgrounds and just the way the world looks is so great. It's so like amazingly done. Just think about how much work it must have been to like animate all that stuff. It's just like mind blowing.
Well, a lot of the art that I can't remember the guy's name, but the head developer from Software,
it's amazing.
He does a lot of those in all his games. A lot of them are derived from paintings.
Okay,
that the
well, it looks like it. Like the levels of the snow look so crazy, and then like the desert looking area was so cool. The mountain things look so cool. All the temples.
Bloodborne, even though that came out, I think it was like 2016, I think, maybe, or whatever. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that game,
beautiful game.
Dark Souls 3 has like amazing looking
very dark
sunsets
game.
and stuff.
For sure.
There's like, I think you were over here watching. There's like one section where you're standing on the top of a castle, and it's at dusk, and the light over it, like as you're walking through, it looks like lens flare.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
it's fucking beautiful.
Crazy.
Yeah,
this shit is mind blowing to me. It never gets old to me. I'm just like, man, games look so crazy now. I've played the Double Dragon.
Better. Like, I haven't done because PlayStation Pro is 4K, and I can't even imagine that with a 4K TV.
Man. The next thing I want to talk about is CES, which is a gathering that happens every year with all the tech companies, and not just startups, but people are just everyone's showing their new stuff and like their new things they can do. Sometimes there's gaming stuff involved, but it's more